Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, there have been multiple drownings recorded across the state so far this summer, 2 in just the last couple of weeks.
Our Grace Blanchard spoke with a game warden about how people can stay safe and avoid dangerous situations.
I mean, people are getting out and swimming and boating, and we want to continue to try to have, not have these tragedies and have a good, safe summer and not make somebody's vacation, end with tragedy.
With the recent drownings recorded in Maine this summer, game wardens are urging people to step up and to take the safety precautions to prevent incidents like this from occurring across the state.
It's hard because I know before I was a game warden, I always didn't wear a life jacket, but I see the outcome of something if you go overboard or what can happen.
Game warden Rick Willett was part of the dive team that recovered the body of a man who drowned in Union on Saturday and responded to the incident in Hancock involving the drowning of a 16-year-old boy last week.
The incidents that we've happened so far have been kind of isolated. The child that passed away in Deer Lake had a medical event, so it's not like, it's how are you going to prevent that? And water is very unforgiving. If you have a medical event, if something happens in the water, it's not like you can just stand up if you're over especially if you're over your head.
And although it seems like there's been a significant amount of incidents involving drowning, game wardens say this is unfortunately nothing out of the ordinary.
By pure numbers, people that go to the water, there's going to be incidents, just like there's always going to be a car accident on the road, right?
But he says there are safety precautions that can and should be taken.
Wear a life jacket if you're not a strong swimmer. If you are a strong swimmer, have some safety contingencies. Swim with other people. Have other people around you. Maybe even throw some throwable stuff out there. So in case there is an incident, you can grab a floaty or a tube or something that is just there in case if an incident does happen and someone is struggling.
In Herman, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A grand jury has charged 67-year-old Paul DeForest with 1 count of criminal solicitation of arson while he was an inmate in Hancock County Jail. Court documents provided by the Maine Attorney General's office allege that on December 16th of 2022, DeForest tried to get fellow inmate Michael Robbins to commit arson. It's unclear what the target of that arson might have been. DeForest was already in jail in connection with the shooting death of Eva Cox back in January of 2022. Solicitation to commit arson is punishable by up to 10 years in prison. DeForest was later moved to Washington County Jail, where he's being held without bail on a murder charge.
Meanwhile, Maine State Police continue their investigation into the death of a woman who was found in a ditch in Southwest Harbor last month. The body of Amber Robbins was discovered by a passerby on the morning of Sunday, June 11th, near 61 Main Street. An autopsy determined the cause of her death was blunt force trauma from a hit-and-run crash. According to Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss, the case remains an ongoing investigation and there are no further details at this time.
State police are investigating the death of a female inmate in an Oxford County jail facility in South Paris. State police detectives were dispatched to the jail to investigate the incident in conjunction with the Department of Corrections. The inmate was identified as 48-year-old Tamara Miles of Lewiston. Her body was transported to the Office of Chief Medical Examiner in Augusta. The manner and cause of Miles' death is currently pending toxicology results. Anyone with information regarding the incident is encouraged to contact State Police at 207-624-7076, option 9.
Belfast community members are outraged after learning that a local organization dedicated to supporting veterans and other acts of philanthropy has seen incidents of both theft and vandalism. Our AJ Douglas spoke to the leader of the Post who expressed shock and disappointment over the negative incidents.
This trailer is used to collect bottle donations for the Belfast veterans of foreign wars. Post leaders were highly disappointed after finding a trailer identical to this one stolen.
It just doesn't make sense. We do so much in the community. We partner with all kinds of groups.
VFW members were upset after finding that around $300 worth of bottles had been stolen from one of the community donation trailers. Days following this alleged theft, Post members were again shocked and saddened to find the monument that sits on 2 Footbridge Road had been vandalized.
The flags were taken down. The POW MIA flag was put on upside down, and then the American flag was tied in knots and put back up on the flagpole.
After the most recent theft on Sunday, when an assailant took off with an $1,100 trailer and an estimated $500 worth of bottle donations, that makes 3 incidents in less than 2 weeks. Robert says the Post feels targeted. Detective for the Belfast Police Department, Damian Leffert, says the community is standing by the VFW.
A lot of tips have been coming forward and people have been great about it. I really appreciate it. This organization does so much for the community. I'm just really sad that someone went to the length to steal from this organization.
Roberts has a message for whomever is responsible for the theft and monument vandalism.
Why? Why? I mean, if you needed a hand, if you needed some help, just come talk to us. You don't have to steal from us.
Anyone with information about the stolen trailer should reach out to the Belfast Police Department. In Belfast, I'm AJ Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The state's $10.3 billion budget recently passed in the legislature and is currently awaiting approval from Governor Mills. More than $100 million from that budget could be going towards Maine's effort to combat the affordable housing crisis and homelessness issue. According to Maine State Housing Authority Director Dan Brennan, $70 million could be going towards both rural housing and low-income tax credits that would be given out over the next few years. In the short term, an additional $12 million would go towards building emergency shelters, and $5 million would be dispersed to existing shelters across the state. Brennan says another issue he hopes to address are increasing rent rates.
The idea is if you're able to provide more rental housing, which this $70 million is going to go and do, the more units that you can put on the market, and we know the private market is also building houses, the more homes you have, then the more as the supply increases, hopefully prices begin to stabilize and rents will come down is the overall strategic goal here.
Now, if Governor Mills signs the proposed supplemental budget, it would also allocate $15 million to help individuals struggling with their energy bills.
Governor Janet Mills has signed 8 more bills into law. They include measures that will establish a commission regarding foreign-trained doctors living in Maine, and one that will reestablish the task force to study the creation of a comprehensive career and technical education system. To date, Governor Mills has signed a total of 453 bills into law during this 131st legislature.
Maine State Police are increasing trooper patrols thanks to a grant from the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety. The grant allows for extra troopers to periodically be added to patrol shifts to focus on impaired and distracted driving, seatbelt enforcement, and speeding. These extra patrols usually take place during holidays or special events when more drivers are on the road.
We may only stop one car, but in the course of that traffic stop, 100 other people might drive past us in that. During that moment, so those people see that the troopers are out and they might take an opportunity to look down at their speed. If they're headed to a place that's serving alcohol, if they saw that troopers had somebody pull over on the way there, they might make a different choice.
Fleming says he believes the current increase of troopers is helping to keep drivers safe.
In other news tonight, mosquito activity is picking up, and the Maine CDC is urging people to take precautions. In Maine, mosquitoes spread several pathogens, including West Nile virus. The CDC says many people don't show any symptoms, but some experience mild flu-like symptoms, such as fever, headache, and weakness. Others experience more severe symptoms, including vomiting, speech difficulties, neck stiffness, confusion, and even seizures. If untreated, some infections can be deadly. The Maine CDC says the best protection is to prevent mosquito bites altogether. They recommend wearing long sleeves and long pants, as well as using an EPA-approved repellent. They also suggest using screens on windows and doors and draining any sources of standing water. You can visit the CDC website for more information.
Definitely just lots of good tips to keep in mind there. Mosquitoes, it feels like, haven't been that prevalent this year, but it it really only takes one bite for you to get exposed.
Well, and it's certainly ramping up too. The weather isn't helping anything. It's creating standing water. It's exacerbating some of those conditions that they tend to thrive in. So it's just an important reminder. Also, because I think as New Englanders, maybe we focus a lot on ticks and tick-borne illness, and you forget that mosquitoes can be problematic as well.
Absolutely, and like you said, all that rain causing lots of areas of standstill water.
Right, and it doesn't look like there's much of an end coming to the rain, unfortunately. Let's get a first check of our forecast.
Hey, Beth, thank you. Happy Monday. Your first weather is brought to you by the North Ellsworth Flea Market, which, by the way, is now open, and we are talking about showers and thunderstorms again. I know, broken record, but we'll get through tonight into tomorrow morning. Then we should have a pretty nice day tomorrow afternoon, and followed by a pretty nice day for us also on Wednesday. Lots of rain showers, though, to get through tonight into tomorrow morning. Locally heavy rainfall again. The severe weather threat's incredibly low, but pockets of heavy rainfall are likely tonight into tomorrow morning. In fact, a widespread soaking rainfall of a half inch, maybe even an inch of rain between now and later on tomorrow evening, and we do not need more rain, as you know. All right, our forecast then tonight, though, is clouding over, rain showers out there with low temperatures in the 60s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
All righty, Jeff, thanks so much.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, a teenage racing driver says she's been the victim of threats and harassment at an Oxford speedway. We'll have her story.
And Penobscot County commissioners take steps to combat staffing shortages. We'll tell you how. Those stories and more local news when we come right back.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty. Right now, get 0% APR financing on the 2023 Hyundai Tucson. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Experience the ultimate outdoor living with Granville Stone and Hearth. Our high-quality grills and outdoor living products will take your backyard to the next level. Scan the QR code on your screen to explore our wide selection of grills and outdoor living accessories. From classic charcoal to state-of-the-art gas grills, we have everything you need to entertain guests in style. Create unforgettable moments with family and friends. Start your outdoor living journey today with Granville Stone and Hearth.
Dine on the deck with a delicious view at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub. Experience outdoor dining at its finest. Open Tuesday through Sunday with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Dining on the deck at Ryan's Pub is an unforgettable culinary experience you'll want to share with your family and friends. We are pet-friendly, so your furry friends are always welcome to join you at your table. Your next visit to the Lucerne Inn will feel like the first, all over again.
The world's biggest headliner, serving up their mammoth hits. The MLB All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty. Right now, get 0% APR financing on the 2023 Hyundai Tucson. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll check out the birthday festivities that occurred over the weekend for a woman that turned 100 years old. Her friends and family celebrated her age and years of giving back. Plus, we'll check out how distribution went for donated food boxes. These stories and much more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. A teenage race car driver says she's been the victim of threats, harassment, and hate at Oxford Plains Speedway, targeted for her age and gender. The family that owns and operates the speedway says this is the first they're hearing about it. Brad Rogers has the story.
Starting on the pole, the number 16, that's Bella Flaherty.
Bella Flaherty of Alfred started racing stock cars when she was 10.
I've never raced with another girl. I've always only been the only girl, and we've never really had any problems.
The 16-year-old says that changed this year at Oxford Plains Speedway, where she says she's been targeted on and off the track.
They run after me, they scream at me, they say that they're going to fist fight me. I'm underage. We've had people come up to us and tell us they're going to wreck me. I've been spun out, driven in the walls.
Not even half a lap, they drive right into the back of her. Racing is racing, but not wreck her every week. You know, and when I brought it to the track's attention, they don't care.
Bella and her father say they went to Oxford racing officials and the director of competition.
We went to them about a month ago and we shared our complaints, and they just hushed us up and told us that it's not their problem. And last week we went to track officials. We went to 2 different people and they wouldn't do anything about it.
Bella posted this message online. Despite being 4th in the standings, she'll no longer race at Oxford.
For months, we have been putting up with the disrespect from drivers, the physical contact, the words of hate, sexual harassment, threats. I've been told things from I'm a bad driver, girls shouldn't race, and I have physical death threats I get every week from grown adults. The track has done nothing to do, help, or stop it.
I spoke to Mike Mayberry, the vice president at Oxford Plains Speedway. He told me they'd never received any complaints from Bella or her family. He believes the family is upset because on Saturday the parents went into another driver's pit to voice their concerns over their daughter and were asked to leave by security. Bella's father says he only went to the pit to find out why another racer and his dad were screaming and chasing after his daughter.
2 grown men chasing her through the pits. There's several witnesses. 2 grown adults had to stop these guys from chasing her down and attacking her. This is enough. We're not going back to Oxford.
Mike Mayberry did not want to be interviewed on camera. Bella Flaherty says she'll continue racing elsewhere.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. In the latest wave of retail bankruptcies, Christmas tree shops are closing across the country as the company filed for bankruptcy this past May. According to an announcement on Friday from Hilco Merchant Resources, which is the company handling the liquidation, Maine's Scarborough, Augusta, and Bangor locations are among the many scheduled to close. The Bangor location has already begun its closing sale, and once the doors close, the only remaining businesses in that complex will be Harbor Freight Tools and Katahdin Trust Bank. It is unclear, though, when exactly that location will be closing for good.
The Good Shepherd Food Bank of Maine is getting the word out about its efforts to help older Mainers access nutritious food. Today, the food bank held an event to raise awareness about the Commodity Supplemental Food Program, or CSFP, which supplies seniors with healthy food provided by the USDA. The monthly program provides eligible Mainers over the age of 60 with about 30 pounds of shelf-stable food. The boxes include a variety of canned fruits, vegetables, grains, and protein. Volunteer Engagement Coordinator Gina Bingham credits the food bank's partners and volunteers across the state for the program's success.
We use our network of over 600 partners throughout the state of Maine to help distribute these boxes. But we're also looking for folks that can come and just share skills with us too. It's not just packing boxes as far as volunteering here. We are looking for folks that have special skills to give any organization.
Last year, Good Shepherd packed more than 68,000 boxes, and this year they're looking to help even more people. To learn more about how to volunteer or check your eligibility, you can visit gsfb.org.
A new joint project for organizations Helping Hands with Heart and Heart of Maine United Way will provide help for the newest members of Maine families. Known as Bundle, the program distributes free care boxes to every family with a new baby in the Maine Highlands region. Inside each box, there are 2 toys, a book, and resources for infant necessities during development. Bundle organizer Matthew Donahue says he hopes these boxes will be a boost for families.
Having a baby is a difficult change in your life, and that does not matter what your economic or background may be. It's a challenging time, and there's no playbook, there's no manual. So being able to provide bundle boxes to give people access to resources and give them high quality tools, books, toys, and support is just going to be something that we think makes a real difference for families and moms and caregivers in Piscataquis County.
Donahue says new families can get these boxes through their health care provider.
The Penobscot County Commissioners are taking steps to combat its staffing shortages. Our Matthew Jurancic has the details.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
It's always been sort of the unsung hero, the unseen hero.
Serving more than 200,000 people across Aroostook, Penobscot, and Hancock County,
Penobscot Regional Communications Center has been recognized as one of the busiest public safety answering points in Maine for the past 3 years. However, this accolade doesn't highlight a prolonged issue the Communications Center is facing, a staffing shortage.
The director and the deputy director was actually on leave, had been in there performing services, answering calls themselves for several hours, for several shifts. That's how bad the staffing is.
Scrambling for a solution, the Penobscot County Commissioners decided to approve a $2 bump in pay for its dispatchers.
The job is not for everybody, but it is a great opportunity for everybody, for anyone that's looking to get started with a career.
According to the Penobscot Regional Communications Center's website, a dispatcher's hourly wage ranges between $19.47 and $25.40, with new hires receiving a $2,000 sign-on bonus.
Despite the staffing shortages, Atkins says he's been seeing progress in people wanting to become dispatchers.
I received notice this morning, that we have potentially filled all but a couple of positions.
Penobscot Regional Communications Center Supervisor Betty Stone says she cares more about making a difference than dollars and cents.
It's important because we potentially could be helping people on what could be their worst day of their life, really, and get them the resources that they need.
In Bangor, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, Turkey is no longer going to block Sweden from joining NATO. We'll have that and other news out of the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
And disgraced sports doctor Larry Nassar was attacked and wounded in prison. We'll have details. Stay tuned as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 comes right back.
During Renewal by Andersen's 4th of July sale, get incredible savings on the most trusted family of window and patio door brands in America. Call for your free window diagnosis and begin your Renewal by Andersen signature service experience. A unique start-to-finish home improvement solution, skillfully guided by Renewal by Andersen professionals. Our 4th of July sale is going on right now, but it won't last. Act now, because these incredible 4th of July savings on our exclusive composite fabrics material windows end soon. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Who likes to drink good coffee? At Carabassa Coffee Company, we roast premium quality coffee beans from all over the world. Roasted to perfection in small batches, our coffee is always fresh. We offer a large selection, including our specialty blends, organics, single origins, decaf, and flavor. Whether you like light, medium, or dark roasts, we have coffee to suit every taste. We offer flat rate shipping for online orders, and we ship fast. Carabassa Coffee Company. Drink good coffee.
Jim Small Engine, Snow's Corner Road, Arlington, brings years of experience and a large parts inventory to make your engine as good as new. Lawnmowers, chainsaws, rototillers, wood splitters, generators, blowers, trimmers, and power washers will leave Jim Small Engines fully repaired, shiny clean, and ready to go. Jim Small Engines is an authorized dealer for these top brands and sells a wide array of used engines as well as new and used parts and accessories. Call Jim Small Engines at 825-3527. Check their website and like them on Facebook.
Where in America do the best cooks come from?
Northeast, West, South, Midwest,
This is MasterChef, like you've never seen it before.
4 regions, 20 contestants.
Welcome to the United Taste of America.
The Northeast is bringing it. What's up?
West side is the best side.
In the South, we're praying for everybody.
Midwest. Sharpen your knives.
MasterChef United Tastes of America. Wednesdays on Fox and stream on Hulu.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
One Republican senator is flexing political muscle and blocking hundreds of military promotions in a policy dispute over abortion policy. It's a high-stakes standoff, and the Department of Defense is asking service members to delay their retirements. More than 250 general and flag officers have been impacted by the hold, and up to 650 are supposed to be held up by the end of the year. Fox's Madeline Rivera has that story.
A military farewell to General David Berger, head of the U.S. Marine Corps. After more than 40 years, he wrapped up his service.
I'm grateful for all the Marines I got to serve alongside.
But Berger's ceremony was not only a celebration of what he's done, it was also a reminder of what his departure brings. For the first time in more than a century, a Senate-confirmed commandant won't immediately succeed him.
Smooth and timely transitions of confirmed leadership are central to the defense of the United States.
Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville is blocking hundreds of military promotions over the Pentagon's abortion policy. The Defense Department allows service members time off and travel reimbursement if they need to go out of state for the procedure. In an opinion piece published by the Washington Post, Senator Tuberville argued his hold is not affecting military readiness, and some Republicans are backing him.
We simply cannot have the federal government subsidizing abortion in this country.
But others don't support Tuberville's approach.
Holding these military personnel who have nothing to do with policy in order to try to dictate a policy change is not the best way to go about it.
On Tuesday, the Senate Armed Services Committee will hold a confirmation hearing for the next Joint Chiefs of Staff chairman. It's another position that could go unfilled when General Mark Milley retires in September. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
As President Biden and other heads of state gear up for the first day of the NATO summit in Lithuania, a NATO leader says Turkey has agreed to let Sweden join the alliance. That move could help pave the ground for Ukraine to eventually join the organization. Fox's Caroline Shively reports.
As war rages in Ukraine, more than 500 days after Russia invaded, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had a stark message for NATO on Monday.
Ukraine deserves to be in the alliance. Not now. There is a war, but we need a clear signal, and we need this signal right now.
NATO leaders are gathering in Lithuania for a two-day summit as President Biden works to hold together the international coalition helping back Ukraine's defense. On Monday, NATO's Secretary General announced that Turkey has agreed to stop blocking Sweden from joining the organization. Sweden applied for membership last year after Russia invaded Ukraine.
This is good for all of us.
Some NATO countries are pushing back on President Biden's announcement he would send Ukrainian forces cluster bombs, munitions that are dropped from the air then split into bomblets that disperse over a large area. More than 120 countries have banned their use because the duds can explode years later, injuring or killing civilians. Lawmakers at home are divided on the move.
I don't want to have us do anything that would lose our moral authority in order to protect our troops in future conflicts.
In the end, this is the best way to achieve peace, is to have Ukraine get more battlefield victories and put pressure on Vladimir Putin to come to the negotiating table.
Zelensky and President Biden plan to meet one-on-one on Wednesday. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
More than 15 local and federal agencies are on a manhunt for escaped Pennsylvania inmate Michael Burnham. Burnham is accused of rape and murder. He broke out of a northwestern Pennsylvania jail near the border of New York late last week. Authorities say he lifted himself onto a piece of exercise equipment, went out through a metal-gated roof, and then lowered himself to the ground on a roof made of bed sheets. Fox's C.B. Cotton has more.
There have been a number of sightings. I cannot rule out conclusively every one of those.
The massive multi-state manhunt for escaped Pennsylvania inmate Michael Burnham intensifies. State police are now confident they are closing in on the Warren County Jail escapee, revealing possible sightings and that he's likely getting outside help as he navigates rough wooded terrain near the Pennsylvania-New York border.
I believe at some point we will force him to make a mistake, and when he does, we will use that to our advantage.
Described by police as a survivalist, Police stress the 34-year-old is considered armed and dangerous. Burham spent over a decade in the Army Reserve, serving as a water treatment specialist and utility repairman. More than 150 federal, state, and local law enforcement officers are helping with the investigation. Folks living near the search site and just outside the Allegheny National Forest are on edge.
Our doors will be locked. I'm not going to be terrified, but I'll be cautious and hope everybody else will be.
Burham faces a long list of charges in 2 states. He is the prime suspect in the rape and killing of a Jamestown, New York woman, Kayla Hodgkin.
It's just so unusual, and it's impacted our community so much, and it's just important to us that we resolve this without any further loss of life or injury to anybody.
The public is being asked not to approach Burham. The U.S. Marshals Service and the Warren County Crime Stoppers are each offering a few $1,000s for any information that leads to his arrest. In Warren County, Pennsylvania, C.B. Cotton, Fox News.
Disgraced sports doctor Larry Nassar was stabbed multiple times in an altercation at a federal prison in Florida. Nassar is serving decades behind bars after being convicted of sexually abusing female gymnasts. Fox's Brian Yennis has more.
Convicted former USA gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar is recovering and listed in stable condition at a local hospital after he was stabbed at the Federal Correctional Complex Coleman, a prison compound in Central Florida. Sources familiar with the matter confirmed to Fox that Nassar was stabbed on Sunday at the prison compound about an hour northwest of Orlando. Nassar was reportedly stabbed multiple times in the chest and back during an altercation with another inmate. The Bureau of Prisons, in a statement to Fox News, would only confirm that an inmate was assaulted, writing in part, quote, "The Federal Bureau of Investigation was notified. No staff or other inmates were injured, and at no time was the public in danger. An internal investigation is ongoing." Nassar is spending the rest of his life in prison after he admitted to sexually assaulting athletes under the guise that he was providing them medical treatment when he worked at Michigan State University and at USA Gymnastics.
And it was not for any medical purpose, is that correct?
Correct. In 2018, he was sentenced up to 175 years in prison after being found guilty of molesting more than 300 women and girls as young as 6 years old, including some of the nation's top gymnasts. Dozens of victims testified during Nassar's trial, criticizing adults and athletic coaches for allegedly turning a blind eye to the sexual abuse.
He was supposed to do no harm, and instead, he exploited children.
The federal penitentiary Coleman is a high-security facility housing 1,200 inmates. In New York, Brian Yennis, Fox News.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, our Jody Hersey takes us to a beloved Bangor women's surprise 100th birthday.
And in sports, Maine baseball second baseman Quinn McDaniel heard his name called in the MLB draft. We'll be right back.
I'm looking for a partner that I can invest $250,000 in. I'm looking for my next food star.
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars, Wednesdays on Fox.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
People always ask me, what's the best mattress? Well, the best mattress for me isn't necessarily the best mattress for you. Bridget and our Sleep Techs will fit you to the perfect mattress. So if you're going to spend a third of your life sleeping on it, shouldn't it be the one for you?
Maine is a one-of-a-kind beautiful state, and there's no better way to see it than from the air. Fletcher Mountain Aviation offers an aerial experience like no other, featuring seaplane flights where you will see the best views in Maine from the air and land on Maine's most beautiful lakes. An experience you will never forget, with views from the northern Maine woods, Moosehead Lake, and Katahdin regions. Come fly and see our beautiful state from the sky with Fletcher Mountain Aviation. Visit our website here or scan the QR code to book your flight today.
Okay, guys, we're all here because U.S. Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 50% off a year of service and a free phone.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
Really
huge deal.
Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
Awesome.
Echo.
Echo.
Get 50% off a year of service and a free phone. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out on Fox.
Swing and a drive. Are you kidding me?
The biggest games on the best day of the week. Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Welcome back. It's Disability Pride Month, and One Music Foundation is celebrating with the launch of a new label specifically for musicians with disabilities. It's called Just Call Me By My Name, and there is currently an open call out for artist submissions nationwide. On July 7th, artists kicked off the launch with performances at Bethel Wood Center for the Arts in upstate New York, the original site of Woodstock back in 1969. The label also plans to release compilation albums timed to key disability awareness dates throughout the year. Just Call Me By My Name was formed by Daniel's Music Foundation, which started in 2006 and is named after Daniel Trush, 13 years old at the time, who had a brain aneurysm that left him in a coma for 30 days. During his rehabilitation, music aided in his recovery, inspiring him to create the foundation. The website states it started as a single music class. It has now turned into a nonprofit with national reach. That reach now expanding with the launch of this new label. The first genre-spanning record, Just Call Me By My Name, Volume 1, is set for July 21st.
An iconic masked killer, legendary actors, and a film adaptation of a classic novel are among the new digital DVD and music releases available to add to your home library. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with the list of new releases.
You got a problem here, guy?
Scream 6 tops this week's list of what's new in home entertainment. The hit horror sequel features a new ghost-faced killer stalking the survivors of the previous film in New York City.
I think we should all go to Italy.
Diane Keaton, Jane Fonda, Candice Bergen, and Mary Steenburgen attend a bachelorette party in Italy for the sequel, Book Club: The Next Chapter.
I'm here to speak to you today about your changing bodies.
The film adaptation of Judy Blume's classic novel, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, centers on a 6th grade girl struggling with the trials of pre-adolescence and her religious identity.
I'm visiting my mother tomorrow.
Joaquin Phoenix plays a paranoid man forced to confront his darkest fears when he embarks on a journey back home following his mother's death in Beau is Afraid.
I'd be working for the Bureau.
Shailene Woodley plays a troubled cop recruited by the FBI to track down a murderer in To Catch a Killer.
Are you a soldier? Marine.
The musical love story Carmen is a modern retelling of a 19th century opera about star-crossed lovers forced to go on the run after a series of dangerous events.
You really believe that he's immortal?
An ex-commando turned gold miner battles a platoon of Nazis in northern Finland, trying to steal his gold in the World War II action drama Sisu.
Are you ready to start your training?
Knights of the Zodiac follows a street orphan destined to protect a reincarnated goddess and save the world when he unwittingly taps into hidden powers.
Texas Rangers!
Small screen favorites to own, Season 3 of the CW's Texas-set action drama Walker, starring Jared Padalecki. And for music fans, R&B legends Kool and the Gang released their new album, People Just Wanna Have Fun. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
So lots going on.
A lot going on.
Especially if you're someone like me who likes to stream
Yeah.
a lot of your content. It's just, I don't know, I love living in the digital age.
Yeah.
And I think the pandemic really just
Kind of ushered that in.
It really did. I mean, it was already
with some force.
Yeah, right.
You.
It was starting. The blocks were there, and then it was like, okay, now everyone has to watch.
Now this is your only option, and
yep.
I think people are, somewhat enthralled with the ability to watch movies, especially new release movies, still from the comfort of your own home.
Right.
As someone who's, I don't like to leave my dogs for more than 15, 20 minutes at a time. So yeah, I get to watch a great movie on the couch with the pooches.
Right.
Done.
They love it too.
Indeed.
All right, well, our full forecast is coming up. Stay tuned for the details.
The clouds and rain showers out there now will increase in coverage and intensity tonight, but when will all of this rain end? Details for you when I come back.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
When it comes to the feud,
name a way a woman might say she likes her men and her cheese.
You either nail it,
sharp,
spicy, or fail it.
Full of adventure.
When you're at the grocery store, you want to find some adventurous cheese running around the dairy section.
Family Feud.
Where are you going? Stop all this adventure.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22. Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport. This summer, the biggest teams on the planet fight for just one thing. The world's greatest prize. Watch the FIFA Women's World Cup on Fox, all tournament long.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Key Appliance Sales and Service for major brands including GE, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Be Queen, and more. We hold the key to savings, and it seems like we just cannot turn off the faucet. Widespread rain showers out there tonight and into tomorrow morning, but then it should be a pretty nice day tomorrow afternoon and evening, followed by a nice day for us on Wednesday, and then some more rain showers getting here toward the end of the week. Okay, for tonight, though, the clouds are out there now, the light rain showers are out there now, but they will expand in coverage and intensity overnight tonight, and look for, again, some locally heavy rainfall across our region this evening. Futurecast shows the story, right? So the rain showers are out there now. We're going to spin through their area tonight, but then end pretty quickly tomorrow morning. We could see some sunshine for a while tomorrow, also on Wednesday, before we get some more thunderstorms Wednesday evening. And it's going to be a hot one Wednesday, too, with temperatures up in the 80s to low 90s. Ongoing rain, though. So between now and, say, Wednesday morning early, we're talking another half inch, maybe even an inch of rain with some good rain producers tonight. We do not need the rainfall, but here comes more rainfall. And we are just stuck in a pattern as we have this system across our region tonight. There's this one across the Great Lakes right now. There's this one over here to the west of us, and there's more behind that. So we keep this going. It's been a very wet spring and summer, and that pattern looks to be continuing into the middle portions of at least next week. Until then, though, Wednesday into Thursday, a couple of us could go for 90 degrees with some sunshine on Wednesday. That's going to feel incredibly humid as well, with the dew points up in the 60s to low 70s. Speaking of low 70s, look at today. All right, 74 here in Bangor, 70 also for Bar Harbor, 77 for you in Mill not get a very nice day temperature-wise. Below average, okay, we get it with that north breeze and the cloud cover on made it feel cooler. But overall, if you want warmer temperatures, they are on the way. The wind right now, basically out of everywhere. We could see wind gusts tonight around 10 miles per hour. It may actually go calm for a couple hours tonight, which could give us some dense fog again after midnight. Our forecast then tonight, though, is ongoing showers and a couple of thunderstorms out there. Non-severe, but with some locally heavy rain. Look for a southeast breeze around 5 to 10, and also some locally dense fog after midnight. For tomorrow, all right, scattered showers and a couple of storms out there likely before noon, and then quickly clearing out of here. It's going to be a pretty nice afternoon with a southeast breeze around 5 to 10, high temperatures back in the mid-70s. We're not going to stop there, though. Look what happens. So mid-70s tomorrow, morning thunderstorms. Wednesday, 88 steamy, some afternoon storms on Wednesday. So a good 24 hours there, probably with no rainfall across our region. And then overall Thursday, 83, a pretty nice day as well. Followed by more storms getting in here Friday into Saturday with some more locally heavy rainfall. Beth?
You're ready.
Yeah, so definitely gearing up for that intense warmth. That's one way to put it.
So diplomatically put. We love it. Yes. All righty. Well, sports is coming up next. Stay with us.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis keeps flaring, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When UC got unpredictable, I got rapid symptom relief with Rinvoq and left bathroom emergency behind. Check.
When UC got in my way, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when my gastro saw damage,
Rinvoq helped visibly repair the colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastro about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
This is where legends are made. This is the NHRA.
The NHRA, Denver, Sunday at 4 Eastern on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Some big news on Monday from the state of Maine in the Major League Baseball draft. Day 2 of the draft featured rounds 3 through 10. And before we even finished round 5, 2 Maine natives had heard their names called. First off the board, being selected in the 4th round of the Kansas City Royals, was South Portland native Hunter Owen. Owen, a left-handed pitcher out of Vanderbilt, made 12 starts this year, striking out 17, and opponents only hit .219 off of him. And then in the 5th round, out of Eliot, Maine, Marshwood High School, and the University of Maine, Black Bears second baseman Quinn McDaniel was selected by the Giants with the 153rd overall pick. And following that pick, we were able to catch up with Quinn and head coach Nick Durba to reflect on the day and his career with Maine.
Francisco selects Quinn McDaniel, a second baseman from the University of Maine, Orono.
I'm excited to be a part of it, and I'm kind of excited to soak it all in.
On Monday afternoon, Quinn McDaniel saw every ball player's dream come true, being selected in the 5th round of the MLB draft by the San Francisco Giants.
I don't think it really hit me until just a few moments ago what really happened, and it's kind of just the next step in my dream, and feels great.
The move didn't come as a shock to Maine baseball head coach Nick Durba. Since the fall of Quinn's sophomore year, Durba saw a major leap in his game, and after that season was ready for this day.
He showed up, he looked stronger, he was just kind of getting just better. He was doing some things that I was like, that's different. The ball spoke his bat just differently. At the end of his sophomore year, we began planning for him not to be back this year.
Quinn's 3 years at Maine were very competitive seasons for the Black Bears, and finally reaching their goal of a conference championship in his last go-round.
That meant everything. Going out conference champions, obviously, it's something I was working towards my freshman, sophomore year and fell short. To go out kind of having a good year and making it to a regional, it kind of meant the world.
Playing in the NCAA tournament capped off a great junior campaign from the second baseman out of Marshwood High. He hit .354 with 16 homers and over 30 steals, getting some raving comparisons from his now former head coach.
All he did was work hard and just get better. He's got the ability to be a Craig Biggio type player. You don't say that stuff lightly. That's a Hall of Famer.
And McDaniel returns the praise, saying Durba, the 2007 draft pick by the St. Louis Cardinals, has been a huge part in his journey to the pros.
Obviously, he was a big piece of that deciding factor to go up there to Orono, and just his philosophies and the way he mentored me throughout the whole thing was huge. I have to give a lot of credit to him.
In a way, pro baseball is easier. In a way, it's harder. He's going to get to his potential because all he's doing is playing baseball and lifting. And a guy that likes to work and that takes care of himself off the field will have a leg up.
All right, congratulations to Quinn. Looking forward to see what he does next. He says he'll be out of town by the end of the week. Let's move on to some basketball now. Maine United, a really great week down at Peach Jam, falling in the last second of the championship game to the top overall team, Night Riders Elite, after beating them in pool play, though. And after some top-notch performances, Newport's ace flag starting to see some attention. Per his Twitter account on Sunday, just hours after the championship game, George Washington University out of the Atlantic 10 came calling for the rising junior. At Peach Jam, flag averaged just under 15 points per game. Ace also had 2 20-point outings, and he was huge in some games for Maine United. Notched a couple of double-doubles while he was at it. Very efficient from the field, shot over 58%, and a very deserving offer for Ace. More to come for him and the rest of the guys with Maine United. They really had a heck of a week. Let's go back to some baseball here. A little over a week ago, the Red Sox weren't looking so hot, but fast forward 9 games, and they've got a little streak going heading into the All-Star break. With their comeback victory over Oakland on Sunday, Boston claimed their 5th straight win before the unofficial midway point of the season. Not only have they won 5 straight, 8 of their last 9 before some time off. When they come back, they're just 2 games out from a playoff spot.
This was a great weekend, so enjoy the break. Got to be ready. The Cubs are a good team. They can pitch. It should be fun at Wrigley, but I'm glad that we ended up the first part of the season this way. We're playing some good baseball, but we still need to reset. I'm not going to be the guy that say, I wish we played tomorrow, because that's not true.
Now looking forward to see what they can do after the break. That is all the time we have for sports, though. We'll be right back after this break.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy-here, pay-here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Update your outdoor living space and make the most of your outdoor life with a new deck from Hammond Lumber Company. From wood to low-maintenance composite and PVC decking, Hammond has the materials, knowledge, and experience to help you get everything you need for that perfect new deck. Railing options include wood, composite, aluminum, and the modern look of cable railing. Your Hammond sales rep can answer any questions and will walk you through your options. Get the deck you want, the one you deserve, when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted,
We also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
Whatever your style, we make it easy to create the home that fits you and that fits your life. And now get up to 60 months, no interest. Experience the style at Jordan's.
Mom and Dad, you must be so proud.
We're proud of all of our children.
She has to say that. Bazinga, bazinga, bazinga.
Ah! Are you trying to kill me?
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
The world's biggest headliners serving up their mammoth hits. The MLB All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, a whole lot can happen in the course of a century, and no one knows that better than Mary Hunter of Bangor.
We first introduced you to this 99-year-old volunteer and avid crafter back in January. Well, over the weekend, she turned 100, and our Jody Hersey just happened to score an invite to her surprise birthday party.
Folks from near and far lined the halls of Searsport High as they awaited the arrival of the guest of honor, 100-year-old Mary Hunter. Happy birthday, dear Mary. Hunter was born on July 9, 1923 in Georgia and moved to Maine decades ago. During her lifetime, she's become a local celebrity. Well known for volunteering at area nursing homes and hospice, and sharing her love of crafting with students of all ages.
You can't go anywhere within Waldo County or Bangor that someone knows who she is or knows of her.
Relatives, friends, and community members all gathered at Searsport High School in order to celebrate 100-year-old Mary Hunter over the weekend. Many in attendance came to share with Mary just how much she means to them.
She was born during segregation, and just the life that she's led and the people that she has touched, specifically ours with, taking my mom in, and just incredible all around.
I've known her since I was about 5 years old, starting school at Smith School in Winterport. She used to come to the school and teach us arts and crafts. She's a great lady.
Hunter says this party was truly unexpected.
This is a surprise of my life. I didn't dream of this, although we had surprise before, but this is one I'll never forget.
The birthday girl even serenaded her own guests by playing the spoons with two other musicians. Hunter says she plans to keep celebrating life each and every day.
Some people fib about the age. They don't want you to know it, but me, I'm happy to be living and alive.
In Searsport, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
It's just so clear how many lives she's touched over her long life. Just amazing to hear some of those stories from people talking about, their time as a kid, and as full-grown adults,
who still remember her influence and impact.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, regardless of how many years you live, if you impact that many people in a positive way, you've done something right.
I think that's a success right there.
All righty. Well, that is going to do it for us, folks, from everybody here at Fox 22 News. Take care. We hope you have a great night.
Good night, everyone.